All right, close that door and close this door. I should probably take those sneakers out. Welcome back. It's another day. I don't know if it's gonna rain, but I looked up, I think the boots, Caterpillar boots on eBay yesterday. I think they're like 30 bucks, 40 bucks used. So those might have to go on eBay. Do I have my keys? I do have my keys. Don't have my recycling bin out here because my recycling bin's out there. It is not trash picking day, but it's trash pickup day. And we're going to drive around as we have been for probably the past month and a half and try to find more treasure to rescue and more things we can find and enjoy the treasure hunt. And then see where the day takes us. So let's get into another episode of fun, random things as well as trash picking. Let's make it a good one. Let's do it. Starting off early. What's nice? No, it's broken at the bottom. I was gonna say it's a nice frame. It's broken on the inside of that whole trim. We got ourselves an older fan. Alright, starting the day off with some treasure. What we got out here? A bold and durable cast iron emerald. That's that. And this thing. Pretty sharp. I thought this side would be all metal. It's not really a lot of metal on there. It's pretty much all wood. Guess I'll grab this. That's a hunting stand and tree stand. You attach it to the tree. You go out. You sit in the woods for 9-10 hours, and all you see is squirrels. I wouldn't know though, because I don't hunt, but that's what I hear. You just sit in a tree. But yeah, it's not a new one. It looks like it was homemade also. Alright, throw his glove on. Alright, so I came down this way, down that road, and you can't park on the other side. But I saw this awesome looking basket. Saw it from afar. Actually pretty cool. That's all plastic. Yeah, it's pretty much plastic. Sometimes they're more metal. This is a really cool looking basket. So we're gonna scoop that. I don't know if it's gonna sell, but unusually there's people who collect baskets. Obviously there's people who collect, you know, the Peterborough or the Longabergers, but people just like unusual size as well. And that's wicker. Wicker also something I know a lot of people in the South seem to do very well with selling it. Up here, good luck. But some pieces do sell, and I think this basket has a high probability. Should be all right. I did just pass that guy at the black truck. He was loaded with grills, tons of scrap metal, so I don't know if we'll find too much here, but we're in town now. Alright, so I've done fairly well with these. They need to have the reel on it. This one's, I think this one was like one of those push button ones. Fishing rods. This one still have the hook on it, because that usually sucks if you grab that. Can't tell. This is a Horrocks. No, usually decide. What is this? Green Dragon. Don't think this is a great one. I never even heard of it, so who knows? I've done really well with fishing rods and fishing reels so far in this very young year of market selling. I did used to sell, it's one of the random things I used to sell. I used to sell a lot of fishing lures on eBay. All the vintage ones, the folk art ones, those as well as reels. And I do remember the reels fetched a really good amount. I mean, if you have good ones, not like saltwater ones, but if you have good ones like fly fishing reels, it wasn't impossible to, you know, get $200, $300 for one reel. A lot of them used to sell for 20 to 30, but there were a couple that, you know, you get 100, 200, 300. All right, well, we're in town too now. And what do we got over here? Well, a microwave. All right, throw the 4 ways on. Always gotta do that. Always gotta throw the 4 ways on. Just makes everything a lot easier for anyone. If somebody comes behind me, they know that I'm just like stationary rather than, you know, just do it. It's a good slogan. Don't take it, Nike. What the? All right, this one looks heavy, so I'm gonna have to push you guys down. See how much space we got over here also. Really don't want to put them on the sneakers. I probably should have taken those out. That was an amateur move right there by not taking the sneakers out. Got a grill over there. Push this stuff over here. That should fit right there. I'll probably knock this thing out again, just on the other side. This thing's been an issue. This is, I don't know what you'd even, cast iron. Probably be cast iron. The only issue is the more stuff you put in there, the higher you have to lift things to put up. So if you have heavy things like a grill, I saw a grill just now, but it was like one of those really, really big ones. There's no way I'd be able to lift that into the van on top of any of this. Surprising for how big they are, they really aren't that heavy. Which might be a quality issue. These bigger ones usually aren't that heavy. It's the ones that are really heavy are the older ones. The older microwaves are just, for some reason, just absolute backbreakers. Smells like McDonald's in here, and I haven't even had breakfast yet. Alright, so I'm back home while I load up some stuff. I did want to, well, eventually. I'm not too worried about it. That should be fine. I did want to eventually look at the golf club bags and see if there was anything in there that I'd want. I just quickly looked up the clubs. It seems like they're all garbage. There might be one other putter. Depends on if it's in the bag or not. In that bag, I think it was. Which sells for, I think, $15 on eBay. The ping putter I picked out yesterday, I think, sells for around $20 to $40. There's some on there that sold for $20 free shipping. Then there's some that sold for like $40 or $50 plus shipping. So always a mashup. A bunch of packages going out as well. Those are actually Lego sets from my childhood. Very thankful I didn't just toss them. I know I had a lot of friends who just end up just tossing out toys when they're done with, before even eBay and all that stuff even started. This will have to go in my collection of radiator parts, or copper aluminum radiators that I have to tear apart. A whole lot of them, probably I'd say 8 or 10 that I've taken apart that I just have hanging out in storage. But I'm going to grab some of this stainless because, well, stainless is something I don't come across a lot, but it takes up random space of room, and we'll grab some of it. There's a wasp on that window. The big thing with stainless, I know I talk a lot about this, and you guys see me use the magnet, is stainless is something that, although it might say stainless on it, a lot of it's just stainless plated. Probably say out of everyone out there, all your kitchenware, unless you have like a really expensive set, all your forks and knives are just stainless plated. This I need to knock the knob off. This as well. My scrapyard, if you take the knob off, these plastic rubber knobs, they'll give you a clean stainless price. So throw together a box of this stuff, and I'll see what else I want to grab. Alright, here's my graveyard of radiators. These are, they might look like worms. Let's try to get this in the right lighting. Oh, yeah, a cobweb. These are all the noodles, I guess you can call it. There's probably about a pound in there. Off probably half of these. Radiators. copper aluminum radiators. I still have to do this one. That's the one that looked like the triangle. There should probably be about $2 or $3 in copper off of this. And then I still have this one to do. But I'm waiting for prices to kind of go up before I scrap them. These are just the end pieces. It's kind of hard to get the Sawzall in there with this sidebar, and for realistically not that much copper there, it's kind of just not worth the headache. Because when the Sawzall hits this iron, the blade's pretty much shot, you know, in 2 minutes. Then you gotta spend $2 on a blade. So that's that. These are all my copper aluminum radiators. I'm waiting for the price to go up probably 10 cents, because in the end that would be a difference of, you know, 8 or 10 bucks, which is a little bit bigger than when I saved all my cast iron. So I took all my cast iron the other day. I've been saving it probably for about 6 months, 7 months. I made a whopping total of $5.50 more than if I would have just taken it as light iron, because there's some like 600 pounds or 500 pounds cast iron I brought in. So in the end, I made another $5.50 more than I would just, you know, just chucked in the light iron pile. So probably wouldn't do that again, because, well, trekking it back and forth really wasn't worth it for $5 and holding it for 5 or 6 months. So, you know, you just, you know, you live and learn. And obviously these pieces aren't being scrapped. I might bring them to the flea market this week if I decide to go, because we have vines growing on them constantly. I'm constantly ripping them off, as you see here. It's a never-ending cycle. So storage is always an issue. All right, so this is what we got. We're at the scrap yard now. That's a whole pile of irony aluminum. I feel like that pile just never shrinks. Just keeps getting added to it. Got nothing but really stainless here. I brought this wire because I can't tell if it's insulated 1 or if it's insulated 2. There's really not much here. It might be a pound or 2. I'll probably put that in last, so I'll probably take that off first. Then we got these motors. So the thing with stainless is usually just lets it slide. Like, he knows I don't put anything magnetic in it, but I try to make it really easy and really just try to take it all out, because sometimes they just dump it in the shopping cart, so you can see if any of it is magnetic. All right, we'll see what we get. My guess, like $7 or $8 here, maybe 10. Cruise over here. A new question that kind of popped up is like, how would the place know what kind of metal you drop off, like what pile you go to? So this is the light iron pile, this is prepared steel, that's cast iron. You pretty much just have to know where to go, and if you don't know where to go, you have to go into the office and ask, or you can ask any of these employees out here and they will tell you where to go. But based off where you park and where you like go after the scale, the guy in there sees where you drop off the metal and he calculates it as that metal. But if you really just don't know and you might have like a mixture, it's just best to go to the light iron, just because then you don't have to deal with, you know, getting on the scale, back off the scale, and the price point really isn't that much of a big difference. Like I said, I brought cast iron over here. I made $5 more than if I would have just dropped it off in the light iron section, because you get about $1 more for cast iron, and I saved up to 500 pounds of cast iron for 6 to 7 months. So it really wasn't worth it to save it for that long. And speaking of cast iron, there's a cast iron rotor right down there. There's another cast iron rotor in the pile. I parked far away, so I don't park inside all this screws and oil, and it's a nice grass catcher. It's a little shot, but there's bikes in there, all sorts of stuff. All right, just finished the scrap yard. What we got out here? Looks like that feels like it's in there. I'll throw that over there. Not just paint. That's Dremel pieces. These look like just edges. No, take the nails. I'm definitely grabbing this. This is awesome. I don't know what this is. You guys see the top on him? That's really cool. Alright, I'll grab this stuff. I think this is a chair, because when can you not count on a chair? Switzers, I'll take that too. It's got enough metal on it. NASCAR. This is awesome. Looks almost like it was a scale. It's missing things. Missing the little flat parts for the scale. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. Alright, in terms of scrap metal, the wire was insulated wire, just normal. It was $1.20. I got stainless steel. I got $2.60. Electric motors, $2.45, and then the light iron was about 18 bucks. So I made a whopping $24. That's going to kind of wrap it up for the treasure hunt. I did want to show this. This thing is awesome. I don't know. Like, this kind of looks like an owl. Don't you think? And for some reason, I'm thinking, like, this has to be a scale. But, I mean, I don't, you know. I don't know this stuff. They're all missing these pieces. Look how dirty my hand is. They got schmutz all over my glorious shorts also. That was from that one grill was just had a ton of grease in it. I guess I'll take these off. I think it would sell better without these. And are these old? They might be. So maybe I'll just throw those in a flat, but I only have 3 of the possible 14. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. Oh, it is broken up here. It's chipped. Looks like this is not brass, it's die cast, because I can see. You guys can probably see that too. The camera doesn't focus. GoPro, get your act together. These cameras just don't focus. But you can see how it's kind of like a grayish, like cement looking. Well, that's die cast. Whereas brass would be just solid yellow or brass color. But awesome piece all around. If anyone knows what this is, that marble piece says made in Italy on the bottom. If anyone knows what this is, let me know before I sell it for $2.50. I'm not going to really sell it for $2.50. It'd actually be a great Lambertville piece, but who knows what I'll get back there. But I do know one thing. More videos will be coming out in the future. If you guys haven't subscribed down below, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the treasure hunt, hit the like button. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's adventure. And until tomorrow, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.